Hey, welcome to the Bob and Tam Show today. We're kind of scooting around here, trying to get everything situated. I'd bring this chair around that way.
You guys want me to get some of this out of your way?
Yes, you may. And hey, we're here. We're actually at Loud American. We got my hotspot going, AT&T, and they're actually AT&T did a great job of putting all these antennas up. We got great internet, so hopefully this will look real good. Tam's going to be sitting down here in a minute. Let me scoot over a little bit more for her. Squeeze in.
Pants the other night?
I don't know. That white chair. You're not here. Where are you at?
I'm here.
You're
Over
hiding.
here.
So let me get her phone going.
Chad's on. All right.
Did you get my glasses out?
I did. I handed them to you.
You talk while I get everything going.
All righty. So he's going to get everything up here. So Chad's on, and I got your message, and I didn't text you back, and I said, people were wanting to know if we're still live. So we came downtown. We were out at full throttle. Watched a little bit of the rodeo, and got to see Lori Morgan. They were doing sound check. So got to hear my favorite song that she sings. So that's good. So A Hill's on. He says, "I'm so sorry we didn't get to meet up." I know. We should have went to that.
Good.
There we go.
Hey.
Can you make me look 10 years younger and about
I will try.
50 pounds lighter?
I'll give it a try.
So I know. A Hill and Andrew. I know. Should have went out there to the fish fry. There's the Mercy Show. There's on there. There's Janice. She's on. Jimmy Mighty Quinn from England. How you doing there, Jimmy? Haven't seen you on in a little while. Might be watching, but you haven't been putting your name up there. George is on. How you doing, George? We'll be up your way in about 4 weeks, I guess, up there in up in Maryland in Ocean City. This is I really wanted to see you, Tam. Live got too busy. I know. That's why I say a lot of times people say stuff, and I said life just gets in the way. I don't know. You just too many things to do. We all should slow down and smell the roses. That's for sure.
Roses stink.
Yeah, they do. Roses smell like poo-poo was the name of that song. I can't remember. Outcast. That's who sang that. Tim says, "Oh, all right, the sun's up and I can't see." You definitely got around. Yes, we did. So today we did a lot downtown. We went to a lot of vendors to see how they did, and some did okay, some didn't do okay. I think it was mostly the service industry working on the bikes, fixing bikes, did better. Some of the retail didn't do quite as good. I talked to a guy out of Full Throttle, and he said he was down 30%. So that's not ever good to hear. But
I can't get your Google up.
Can't get what up?
Google up so I can type in StreamYard.
So anyway, I know it's just a rough year. It's been a crazy year. We think the crowds were down a little bit from last year. So I don't know if it's the economy, an election year. I don't know. Could be a lot of different things. But the morale was really good. Everybody was here. Everybody was having a good time. So yeah, definitely got around. There's Tom Sheets. How are you doing?
There you go. There's phone.
All right.
Up and running. Can you hear us? And listen to that loud music coming through town.
I know, we got to talk real loud so you can't hear us over them.
Getting into that music, whatever the hell that guy's playing. So, just got to give you a rundown. We actually met up with another YouTuber today. One that we met up a couple years ago in Daytona, which is Nomadic Fanatic. So we'll put a video of him up. Maybe I might get a video tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll have a video tomorrow night. We don't know if the flat track racing will happen tomorrow. They're predicting a 50% chance of rain, which is kind of like the highest chance we've had since we've been here. The days it's rained, it's been like a 15 to 20% chance. So they postponed the race, if need be, to Monday afternoon. So that way, if I have a video ready for 6 o'clock tomorrow night, you guys can check that out and see some of the wrap up. We met a lot of people here. We met a movie star out here. There's a whole lot of people I haven't even got to yet. Cam got a bunch of waitresses today. Say hi to y'all. So that'll be coming up. Maybe that's in tomorrow's video. So, I mean, it's been really good. Got Richard Rollins from The Monkey. He came and talked to us this morning, give us a wrap up of what he thought about the rally. That'll be shocking to know what he said. I was kind of shocked what he said too. So But we're gonna get him
So
on.
Jeff thinks, Jeff Kaufman thinks last Friday was the biggest night of the rally.
I don't know. Friday and Saturday both were busy days. Always the first weekend. Always is crazy.
Oktoberfest.
So it is what it is. The rally here, to me, the city's trying to say the numbers are up. I say the numbers are down because it's a lot of cars. When they start counting motorcycles, they're also counting cars driving over those rubber bands. So there's probably if we took all the cars out of the picture, we probably would say this would be a very large rally.
Yeah, but there's definitely a lot of cars.
So the cars, if they go over the rubber band sideways, they're counting as two different vehicles versus the motorcycle, one vehicle. Because they could run over at 4 tires 4 times.
Georgelle's on from Costa Rica.
There you go. Thanks for joining us tonight. Got the sun shining on us.
I haven't to meet back yet either.
And
she lives right here in town. Tim's on. He said, hard with gas at $4.99 to go very far.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's premium unleaded or?
Yeah. The premium unleaded today, I think we paid $4.29 for it. I mean, it's on a motorcycle. I don't really look. There he is. There's Grizzly.
Oh, yeah.
There, go get him.
Well, is he stopping or not? If
He looks like he's looking for a place to stop. We were just talking about Grizzly. He's got all the horns on his bike. We see him at every rally. We haven't seen him. We were just talking to some people and said, where's Grizzly at? We hope he didn't pass away or something. He's actually from Bullhead City, where we're from. And we caught him in a bar one night. We're like, are you Grizzly that rides the bike? He's like, yeah. Who are you guys? We're like Bob and Tam. And he's like, oh, yeah. Well, we live here. He says, I live here too. I'm like, well, that's weird. For all the places we've seen you, we never seen you here. So that was kind of neat. So she's going to get the video of him. And we'll get him on the channel. Maybe tomorrow's video, we'll have Grizzly on there. Show you him riding in. He's got a girl on the back. And he's always got the deer horns and all the different stuff on his bike. Used to be years, way back when, 10, 15 years, used to be a guy that had a buffalo skin on his bike. That's not the same guy. That guy with the buffalo skin didn't ride it a lot. He would have overheated. He had to sit in different places, like the Harley dealer here in town that had clothing. He'd be there, or he'd have it sit down on Main Street. I never seen the guy actually ride the bike. But so we got up in the tower today. Check that out. I didn't win the police bike. We were going to film that, but we ended up going out to Full Throttle Saloon today. Oh, Michael Ballard talked to us today, but he didn't go on camera. And he was asking how our videos are going. And I'm like, okay, you know who? Oh, yeah, you're Bob and Tam. And I'm like, really? You know who we are? He says, oh, yeah, I watch your videos just about every night. And I'm like, well, thank you. Appreciate that. He won't come on channel. He likes to do his own thing. But I was very impressed that he knew who we were and that he watched our channel. So, yeah, that's pretty special. And some of you may not know who Michael Ballard is. He owns the Full Throttle Saloon. And he kind of joked a little bit about having to rebuild this one. And but, I mean, it was great. It would have been great if I had the camera on, but I don't trick people. We don't put something on. Did you get him? Got old Grizzly. Tell me, glad he's alive? Alive and kicking?
We've been talking about you. We haven't seen you. And he's like, I've been around. I just been a little slower getting around. So I thought, that's okay.
So you see that later. Oh, that looks like Rick Rack's little scooter. I don't think it's the same one.
No.
The Speeds, did they have one of those too? I think Speed's got one of those little honey bikes, don't they?
Are we already booked for next year? Not yet. As soon as we do, we'll let you know.
Yeah, we're going to let you know. Hopefully tomorrow we should know something. We're waiting to see what Kathmandu wants to do. We would probably prefer to stay at Kathmandu just for the idea that it's quiet. It's easy to get in and out of the place. Yeah, Neil doesn't like it because of the rocks coming in. I mean, most of these places, that guy really talks loud, don't he? Guy over here.
Oh, I guess. Somebody else talks loud too. I know.
Yeah, but I mean, can you hear me at that table?
Sometimes I can hear you down the street.
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I can't see him, but I can hear him.
So, now I forget where Neil was complaining about the rocks drive. Pretty much most of these campgrounds have rocks. You know, even getting in the Days Inn down there's got some rocks getting in. And probably over here, I guess there's a little bit of rocks at the Sturgis RV Park too.
Yeah.
It's not all pavement.
So Andrew says Gas Monkey was by hands down his favorite, cheapest beer, and very comfortable atmosphere. We thought it was a pretty cool place. It says hi from the Baymont in Sturgis. It's right down the street here. We never did go. Somebody said they had really good steak dinners down there.
Didn't make it. Well, I know they got the bar redone. We've seen some advertising. They got like 3 or 4 barmaids down there, bartenders, whatever they could call them. And it looks like it's a cool place. But I mean, it was. If I was going to stay in a hotel, I couldn't afford the Sturgis Hotel. That'd be my number one choice, probably. Be right on Main Street. But the Baymont would be my real choice of what we could afford to stay in. Because I said that's really a cool hotel. The rooms were cool. We did a review, I guess, 2 years ago on that, maybe 3 years ago. We went around when we came out in October. We did all the hotel reviews and stuff. And the Baymont was kind of like the coolest place.
So Mark and Patty, they were driving around in that red Corvette. And they invited us up to the campground they stay at the Elk Ridge Hotel or the Elk Ridge RV Park, and they're on now. But it says YouTube user, which is weird. I've never seen one that says that. They say Facebook user. I've never seen one that said YouTube user.
No.
So anyway, I remember you guys, and we said we were going to come up there and see you guys, and we never got to do that either.
It's just like here this year. This was for us for Sturgis was just a mess for us. Not that we didn't have a good time or didn't have fun doing what we do, but it just got to be there was just so much stuff we didn't get to do. We got up early in the morning and we did stuff, but I mean it just seemed like we never got anywhere. Today I want to get out to Spearfish and see the vendors. 2 days I've been trying to do that. Never made it. Not going to make it now because it'll be gone by tomorrow.
Yep. I mean, there was people tearing down all day today. So
yeah, all the big trucks are kind of pulled out. Dealership pretty much is gone. Emzo Adam, I don't know if anybody's seen this video today or not. He should be done too. Maybe he'll show up down here tonight. I don't know.
Well, when we went to talk to Ben from Wide Open Customs, when we did his little thing, he said, she told me they had to be torn down by noon on Saturday, today. And she said, a couple customers wanted to come in and, on Saturday afternoon. She said, I'm sorry, we can't. They wanted them off the lot by Saturday night. That's
I mean, you can still get off. You can still get off on the lot. I don't know. I don't know what the story was. To talk to Mike and see what's going on out there. Why he was so
rushed.
Yeah, to get
well,
people off.
He even told us when he said his goodbye thing.
Yeah.
He said all the vendors will be
closed
by noon on Saturday. So
well, see, it's good that they say that because I think what really happened is, see, a lot of these vendors are here the weekend before, so they're here like 20 days. So a lot of them get burned out. When it gets down to the last Saturday here, Friday and Saturday, it gets to be slim pickings for the shops. More people are coming in here. We've met a lot of people today, and another couple that came in from Colorado today. They're staying the night. But, I mean, they came up here just for this one last night to have a hurrah out here at Sturgis. So, a lot of the people already headed home. People got to go to work on Monday, already headed out. So you either got local people or people that, kind of like I always call it the 300-mile club. You probably have a lot of people here that are within 300 miles.
It comes for the last weekend.
And it's not as actually Friday night was a Thursday night. Friday night. Well, it was Kid Rock Thursday night. There was more kids down here on Thursday than there is right now. I don't think I've seen a kid yet since we've been down here. Usually on Saturday you see a lot of kids. And
so Art's on, and so is Skippy. Skippy Jones is on.
The Art I know, or
no Art? It's Art. I don't know. He's on there, but it's not on him. Bye. Bye. He's not listening. It was the people that let us take their table.
Grab the coat before you forget it.
I know. I probably broke your eardrum screaming at those people.
Yeah, probably. Is that really loud when she screamed? So, sorry.
Yeah, my bad. This Art, and he's not on here. I don't know why he's not on here.
So, not a lot going on today. We were over at Full Throttle Saloon. They had the rodeo, and it wasn't quite what I thought it would be. I thought maybe they just had bull riding and that was it. This is actually a whole rodeo. There's people came out with horses. There's probably, just with the few minutes I was there, about 10 or 15 horses there with people on them, of course. And then they also had they were doing calf roping. A couple girls, neither one of them caught their calf. But what's cool is, what'd you get to do today?
I got to see Lloyd Morgan.
Nope. You petted a puppy cow.
I did. I petted a puppy cow.
And wait till you see that.
That was pretty cool.
And that guy invited us out.
Yeah.
So that's
pretty special. He doesn't live too far away from us.
Yep. He's got a whole story to tell us.
Joshua Blevins from Colorado is who won the motorcycle bike, the Sturgis police bike.
Who told you that?
Jamie.
Oh, you wrote her.
I wrote her and asked her who
Then
won.
I thought I was supposed to win.
Yeah. Sorry, you didn't win.
$100 tax write-off.
Yep.
Got to remember that in my taxes this year.
Yeah. So anyway, that's who won. Joshua Blevins.
Won the Sturgis Harley Davidson police bike.
Yep. I ran one.
The gas monkey Richard, he bought $500 worth of tickets. Told him if he won, he would get the bike back so they could auction it off next year again, raffle it off.
Hey guys, Sturgis.
I thought you had trouble getting out of the chair. Butt stuck in the chair. See, at least you're not like that, huh?
Nope.
Should be thankful.
Sturgis. Yes, I am very thankful. I'm thankful.
Maybe she's got issues. Yeah, maybe she's got issues. So, but we're coming down to the last day, Saturday here, the official last day of the Sturgis rally. Sunday, there's t-shirt plates are going to be down here. There'll be some stuff like that going on. But I mean, pretty much all the vendors are pretty much going to be wrapped up and gone. A lot of the ones we know are already closing down. We talked to Dan Kite. He'd be out by tonight. He was going to head out.
I think the bike he was working on, he said that was his last bike.
All About Customs. He was already down this morning when we got over there.
I know. I didn't mean to mess them up. Did they really drop that?
No.
I said that. I was like, hey, wait, don't tear down. I want a bad tire. And they dropped one of the bars that holds up their awning. They're like, see what you made me do? And I'm like, sorry.
Speed's was still working. They're looking to get out. They'll be out by tomorrow morning. They'll start heading out. We didn't get back over to Midwest Customs to film their bikes. Putting it in the trailer.
Oh, yeah. You filmed one, didn't you?
Yeah, I filmed it just putting it up on the ramp. They're going to show me how they put them sideways.
Oh.
So we're going to have somebody next year. If you're from Florida or you don't mind taking your bike to Daytona, Florida, we can give you a really good opportunity to have your bike brought to the Sturgis Rally. You'll actually get it here for pre-rally all the way to the end of the rally. So kind of special and not too bad of a price. So it's something that we're going to be talking about after November. We'll be talking about that. Might be having a new sponsor. And so that'll be kind of neat. And we'll be showing you that.
So Double DR Rides says, Sturgis didn't disappoint this year. Your videos and information were very useful, and they're back in Arizona. Keep up the good work. So thanks, Double E.
Yep. We've had a lot of great comments from all you guys, and a lot of people really appreciate our videos. We probably have had at least 1,000 or more people come up to us during the rally here that just thanked us and appreciated the work. That's one of the reasons I'm thinking next year maybe coming out a little bit earlier and cover more free stuff, more rides. We just had a local sit down with us yesterday, gave us 3 more places on the map. They're also taking some of these other off-roads and extending them and putting rock and chip down, making them a lot smoother. So we may explore some of those next year, see if it's something that we can do on bikes. It's always great to find something different from what you do every year.
So Heather McAndrew, is this Heather and Mike? She said that I can't believe that we stayed with you and you gave us a lot of good advice. We stayed for 10 days and only saw you once. I think they're the ones that had the big RV that was going to stay next to us, the motorhome.
Oh, did they leave?
I don't know if they're left or not, but it's Heather, and I know it was Heather and Mike. But
If you're the one staying in Kathmandu with us, we're still there tomorrow. If you guys aren't leaving out tomorrow, we can say bye to you before you head out.
All right, yeah. Somebody just said I blasted their eardrums.
Yeah.
Evening, everyone. Oh, Buffalo's on. How you guys doing? When are you guys coming back down to Florida?
It'll be next March.
Yeah.
So next year, we're going to fly in. If all goes right, we're still working on negotiating with the place we're going to stay with. I want to get there the week before the rally, Daytona. We should have a bike to ride then and go all the way through the rally. Then we will fly out. We'll leave that Monday, probably Sunday or Monday, we'll fly out back to Arizona. And then we got to renegotiate our Leesburg and our Panama City and Myrtle Beach. And we're hoping that all those rallies will still be able to do next year. But we'll be flying in. We're looking for places to stay. Myrtle Beach, we should have a place. We don't have a bike. Panama City, we have no bike, no place to stay. We have one person to call and talk to. Mike set us up with something. Leesburg, we're actually going to stay in Orlando. We got a place there we can stay. We just won't be there in Leesburg at night. So we'll still be covering Leesburg. But Leesburg, Panama City, and Myrtle Beach are pretty much back to back. My other choice is we do have somebody we're going to be talking to in January that might be a transporter for my motorcycle. So we might do that instead is have my bike shipped out to maybe even just to Daytona, and then just ride. Well, I wouldn't have Daytona, I guess. Have it shipped to Leesburg, and then we'll have it for Leesburg, Panama City, and Myrtle Beach, and I'll just ride. We'll just ride to those rallies. So that's an option that we may be looking at. So we'll see. We'll know a little bit more as January gets closer. We'll be able to tell you about that. There's a good possibility 2025 we may do the fall rally in Sturgis, might do Biketoberfest. So we'll Daytona. What did I say?
Sturgis.
We're coming back to Sturgis for Biketoberfest.
For the fall rally. So D. Johnson said, back from Sturgis for the first time, Iron Mountain and Needles were magnificent, way beyond his expectations.
There you go.
Ryder X is on. Kawamoto is on. Hey, Hill says you did.
Kawamoto, you didn't come to Sturgis this year? I thought you were coming up to Sturgis.
I don't know.
We've seen Kelly and
Ricky
tonight. This week we've seen them. And I didn't even think about asking where you were at. I just thought you were coming up this year.
Did you guys see any of the bands at the rally point?
Just by walking by.
Rascal Martinez was amazing.
We didn't really have, the only band we listened to about 20 minutes to is the Kiss, I think it was Love Kiss.
Tribute band.
Love something.
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love. They were out at Kickstands, and we got to listen to, we were out there for Boss Hoss, one of our sponsors, doing some filming for them, and they had a Boss Hoss night. And so we got to hear that. Other than that, we've really not heard a band since we've been here.
No, just walking by, basically.
And it just, next year, I think we're going to do what I really wanted to do this year, which is just going to be live during the rally. And then we'll film stuff, but you'll just see that after the rally. This year, we just had so many, a lot of you that are here aren't able to watch the videos.
Thanks for Glide 911.
So we're kind of different from when we did 2020. We had a lot of people that were here watching the videos daily. So we have a lot of people that we've talked to said that they haven't seen any videos since the rally started.
He said, I learned not to buy T-shirts on the first stop. They get cheaper as you walk down the street.
Plus, you got to make sure they don't say Florida on them.
Yeah.
Florida Man was here. Yeah, that's what you ought to put on there. If you get one of those shirts, say Florida on the bottom, put Florida Man sponsored.
Yep, there you go.
Maybe I'll buy one of those. Fix that up.
I'll see you down there. Okay, Rambo Rome. Wishing everyone a safe trip home. Yes, us also. Mike and I are still here riding around, so we're glad we got to watch your video so we knew what to do and where to go. If you're still here tomorrow, we can stop by and say hey. Or maybe we go to breakfast. Hey, guys, Chip's on.
Tomorrow just depends on the racing. If we're going to have racing, we're going to be down here mid-morning. It's supposed to start around noon. We'll only spend about a half a day down here if it goes on without any rain. I only need so many shots, so many interviews with the race car, the bikers, and that'll wrap it up. We don't, 30-minute videos all we're going to put out after the event. So it's going to be cool.
You guys, they had a storm, and so I guess he didn't come, Palmoto.
Yeah, the hurricane down there.
Yeah, well, Diana. It was a tropical storm. No, Debbie. Debbie does Florida. That's
Debbie
the
does
way
Dallas?
Debbie does Florida. They had a little meme about it. She was riding it because Florida's a peninsula shape. So Debbie does Florida. That's how I remember the name. Right, he showed me that.
And they'll have exported videos to follow. Debbie does Florida.
Chad says, hey guys, just got home from my cancer surgery. Sorry to hear that. Thanks for all the great videos since I had to miss it this year. Well, our prayers are with you, Chad, and I hope everything goes well. And positive attitude is 90% of your recovery. That's what I used to tell all my patients. My husband and I really enjoyed your videos. We never made it to Sturgis, but we feel like we did this year. That's Michelle Balladia. D.I. Thank you. It's like Michelle, but with a B. Michelle. Thanks for watching.
Michelle with a B.
No, it's Michelle.
Oh.
It looks like Michelle, but with a B.
I can't see it. I'm a class.
Ramon Rome's laughing. Kawamoto says, Debbie.
Debbie does Dallas?
Yeah.
Hey, what that girl got on?
Where?
This girl walking straight at you.
Oh, I've seen her come through a while ago.
Supposed to look like she's Aztec?
I don't know. She's selling shots.
Shot girl. Got a funky outfit on.
Less. See if we can tell her, see her, say hi. Here she comes. Oh, I don't know if they're going to see it with the sun.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah, we are. We got it all night, all day. So cheers, you guys.
Oh, I didn't know if they could see the whole outfit. I didn't know how sunny
Well, it
it
looked like all
was.
you were shooting with your butt.
Oh, well, no. I wanted everybody to see her outfit. Michelle. Bellini rhymes with Melanie. Okay, so it's Michelle Bellini. There you go. That makes it easy.
We got the sun kind of half blinding me.
I know. And just saying hi to everybody. It's living here now, and I have mixed emotion. I'm excited to see everybody arriving, but then having all the fun and bikes around. Kind of fun seeing everybody heading out. Sad, but kind of entertaining in a way.
Yep.
Yeah, but since probably Thursday, we've seen lots every day.
Well, pretty much since Monday.
Yeah,
You know,
a
we
lot
had
of
people rolling out. Thursday was kind of when we talked to some of the vendors. Thursday was kind of like the worst day. I think that was kind of a transition day. People had left on Wednesday, and it wasn't until later Thursday before people got here. A lot of people came to Kid Rock. From the pictures I seen, good crowd. I would say 30, 50,000 people were probably there, maybe a little more.
Yep.
So it was a good crowd. Everybody liked both concerts. A lot of people whined and cried about not allowing the motorcycles in. But I mean, we've been saying that for the last few years that it's old. Stuff you did back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, it was okay. But nowadays, with bikes backfiring and then after the concert's over, it's such chaos to get out. It is what it is. If you didn't like it, don't go back.
I guess coming back from Deadwood yesterday, there was a little car in front of us and then two motorcycles in front of that. Every once in a while, I'd hear pop, 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 and his first bike, his 2001, it used to backfire when he ever slowed down. And I said, that bike sounds like your bike. He said, it's not the bike, it's that little car in front of us. But I don't know. But yeah, I was popping all the way back.
Wine and mufflers on the back.
That was not body paint. That was a suit, I think.
It was like a body
suit. So Audie Winter says, are you coming early next year?
Yes.
He wants to come by Memorial Day, so I don't know. Karen's on.
A lot will depend on what we're doing at home with the bike build and stuff with the veterans. We're hoping by January we can get that going. Maybe even sooner. Maybe I'll pick up some bikes before that. We'll just have to see how money is and how it all goes. We're trying to set up a 501c, so that way if people want to donate, they could to that fund. So we don't have it set up yet, so don't send any money.
Call me back. I got to call them back.
And if I'm out here,
yeah,
we'll be on pretty soon.
Well, I haven't had time.
I thought we just do one in Arizona if worst come to worst.
No.
And but we're going to set up a 501c to where we make our money off of YouTube, what little we make. But the veteran bike giveaway is going to be 100%. All the money is going to go strictly for bike builds. So if people want to donate a bike or if people want to donate money, that all will go to that. Not one cent will be spent on any administrative, on building, electric, anything.
It'll all go for the veteran bike.
Yeah, so if you need to buy parts for them or whatever you need to get, that'll all go that route.
So Dolores, we do not go to Four Corners. We have not been to Four Corners. She said she went 2018. Wanted to know if we knew anything about it or if it's changed.
Well, we had some friends that went last year from Sally and them all went out there.
Yeah.
And they said they would never, ever go again. It ended up being that the only thing that was going on.
Lemonade says hi.
There you go. It's Wyatt. Wyatt in the house.
How'd you guys do?
Good. We had a great season.
Count some money yet?
Getting close.
Don't know yet.
About 4,000 short.
4,000 short? Send your money to Wyatt. Oh, somebody asked that. Can you pay online?
You can. WiseLemonade.com.
Okay.
There's a donate button.
Okay. So there you go. So get on there and send some money. He needs $4,000. Somebody write a check now. Send him $4,000. He'll get his goal for this year.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks for stopping in. That's Wyatt and his family.
Yep.
And a lot of you might have seen. Wyatt asked me if I could put a video together of all of his interviews. We've interviewed him from day one.
Yep.
We were the first YouTuber to actually talk to Wyatt. And so I'm going to see if I get home. And I don't know when I'm going to do it. Probably after the first of the year. But I'll put that together for Wyatt and send it to him. And maybe we'll post it. If anybody wants to watch the all the interviews with Wyatt and see how he changed and how he talked. But it's a great thing, and he's raising money for St. Jude's. He also keeps a little for himself, a little bit for his college, and nothing wrong with that. He's out there from 11 to 5 every day, giving out that free lemonade.
Yep. Way to go, Wyatt. Okay. Hello. He won a guitar, did he? I didn't see that, Karen. They got to meet him. Ramblin' Rome got to meet him in 21. So,
Wyatt?
Yeah.
Wyatt's a great kid.
Yeah.
I said someday he might be governor. Someday he might be president, if we
Never
still
know.
have presidents at that time. But he just, we see a few young people out here, especially in this area, that really have the drive. We know an 18-year-old that owns a couple of houses already.
In
And
business.
it's just wild how different this part of the country is compared to like California or Texas or Illinois or Florida. Just different how the kids are more respectful, more want to be somebody, want to, a lot of it's good parenting they have. Not saying anybody's a bad parent, but something's different nowadays compared to what it used to be.
It is. I think it's the lack of phone use. I think a lot of it. And now playing on the games and just screen time. I guess that's what they call it. All that, it's not good for the kids. They don't get out. They don't get the fresh air or anything like that. So, yeah, it's a big difference. That's for sure.
So we're here in front of Loud American.
Oh, cool.
We want to give another great shout out for Loud American. Weren't here that much this year, just because we've been so freaking busy. The other day we tried to do it from here, but we didn't bring the hotspot. Bob and Tam hotspot.
There you go.
And but they put all those white towers up here, and I wasn't sure, but I had about 125 down, 59 going up.
Good.
And before we had about 5 going up here. Where the other day
That's why it was kind of sketchy and looked like people were walking in slow mo.
Right now we're watching it on I think it's Facebook. It's coming in really, really good. So great for tonight. Glad we got a good reception. Got good internet tonight.
Got a good
I
table.
always get people that say, "Why don't you use a good microphone? You need to buy a different camera." This is a phone. That's what this is. It's just a phone with a microphone on it. It is queued up to that. It's all in sync. But what we can't control is the internet. This is only at 720 resolution. So it's not 1080, it's not 4K. We set it down to a lower resolution to get to send the picture out and try to get a better quality. So if you're trying to watch it on your 4K TV or 5K, whatever you have, it may look a little grainy and stuff like that, but the idea is to try to get it out. A lot of people watch on their phones. So on the phone, which I'm watching it now on our phone, looks pretty good. So that way we kind of know that, hey, it looks pretty good, sounds pretty good. There's a lot of noise around us. That's why we use the microphone that we have. We're not under the we're actually in this is typically our key spots. They should name this table Bob and Tam.
They should.
She wants to change our logo.
Naked steak tip jump.
You wanted to call it like the M&M say.
Oh, because everybody sees us, they're like, "Oh, it's Bob and Tam," and I'm like, "Yeah, we are real." Because of that M&M commercial where they're like, "Oh, they are real. We are." See, I can pinch him and he'll say, "Ah!"
Oh, what are you doing? You want a titty twister?
You can't say that on YouTube. You have to bleep that
I
out.
love Chug Twister.
Oh my gosh.
So this is winding it down tonight, and overall, I love this rally. Even though we were kind of hectic this year, we did. There's a lot of things we try to get out there.
Good saying, David.
Thunderdome. The Buffalo Chip. We already didn't cover nothing this year at the Buffalo Chip. Kind of sad. I mean, we did a lot of coverage for them last year. This year, we really didn't do a whole lot of coverage on anybody. I guess the Gas Monkey, we were over there several times, 4 or 5 times. But I mean, it got us a lot of views. Putting his name in there, hashtagging it. Full Throttle Saloon. Those seem to be the 2 most popular places. Two most popular places
Make sure you get
that
both
we
fingers in.
hashtag that brought people to the channel.
Yep.
So that's what it'll be. If I put a video out tomorrow, it'll be that way. We got to talk to the Gas Monkey for a wrap up. Richard of a wrap up for what he thought about. It's very interesting what he says. So we have that. We also have a bunch of interviews. We also talked to Nomadic Fanatic today, and he's a guy we used to follow for years when we started getting in the RVing. We kind of stumbled over him and never met him before. And then finally 2 years ago, we met him in Daytona. We thought he'd seen his vehicle. We left a card on it. He called us. Next day we left the sticker and he called us. And we met up with him and he kind of bought a Harley. He'd never been to a motorcycle rally. He didn't know how you parked on Main Street. How do you get on the sidewalk? No shots for us.
Thanks, so.
And so yeah, and so he got to be pretty much a friend now. We don't see him too often. We haven't seen him for 2 years, or a year and a half, I guess. So he couldn't make it to Daytona this year, but he said he was going to come out to Sturgis, and actually thought we were staying at the Buffalo Chip, and that's where he was staying at. He's already left, but he's just a he's got him a new girlfriend, and they're traveling together now. It's kind of neat, and they're a cute little couple. We didn't get to do much riding or anything with them,
No.
but got to spend the afternoon with them today up there at the Old Throttle Saloon.
So Yucky said you should all do a nightly news live every night, like the news does.
The part of it is where we're going to do it at. If we're going to sit in the trailer and do it, or that's a problem. See, what I wanted to do, which didn't happen, and I'm going to try to do next year, is maybe do like 3 lives a day and do like an hour. Like maybe we'd be out at the Full Throttle Saloon and we do an hour out there, and maybe we'll go out to Deadwood, do an hour out there. Maybe go over to Kickstand, do an hour over there, and just different days we would be in different locations. That way, those who are at home can see, hey, what the heck's going on? Maybe we'll be, not so much being at a vendor location, but I mean, sometimes, maybe, we're not talking woke about Harley Davidson, and that's a whole nother story, but maybe at the Harley display or the Jack Daniels display they have here. Jack Daniels wasn't as big as this year as it was previous
They
years.
moved him in the back, which is
I know,
weird.
I Indian.
Yeah.
I don't know if Indian got bigger, and that's why they did.
Maybe that's why they didn't look as crowded either, because it was more spread out. I don't know, because it didn't look like there was ever a lot of people at the Indian dealership, or the Indian corporate
Split.
display, but it was a lot more spread out. So
I normally don't promote other YouTube channels that we don't really watch, but there's a whole bunch of people on YouTube right now trying to tell you that the Harley Davidson tent looks like the Budweiser tent last year. So here's what you can Google. Go to YouTube and put in Cycle Drag. He just did a video of him standing out front on Thursday showing you the Harley display, then showing you the Indian display. And I put it on Facebook. We're going to show you this too when we talk about what's going on. But the other day when we were at the Harley display, probably, I don't know if it was Monday or Tuesday, whatever day we were there was probably 100 people. Yeah, the day she got the tattoo. There was at least 100 people, if not more, in the Harley display area. People, bikers. And then we went over to the Indian display, which is just across just the side street down, and there was probably 10 people there. So when they're trying to tell you that nobody's going to the Harley display, they're lying to you. And one guy wrote me today and was arguing with me, telling me I'm going woke and everything on all this stuff. And he was on our Sturgis page, and he wrote that I'm censoring him. Well, it wasn't me. It was one of my monitors. Actually, they were asking about Harley. What does people think about Harley going woke? Well, first of all, that's got nothing to do with Sturgis. And luckily, I didn't see it sooner. I think I did delete it now, but I did delete it, but they froze the comments. Because people started getting just stupid on there, saying stupid stuff, and it's not helping anybody. We're not stirring the pot here. We don't get political. We don't get, and he's like, I should be able to do whatever I want on your page. And I'm like, no, dude, it's my group page, and if I can ban you if I want. So it's like, I don't know what your problem is. And I said, are you even here? And he says, I don't have to be here to tell you what's going on.
So what does that matter?
You don't have to be here to tell me what's going on in Sturgis, where we're sitting right here? No, dude, go away. And I just told him, no, this is my page. My monitor did what he did, and I'm okay with what he did. I don't have a problem. You don't have free speech on my channel. You can't put whatever you want to post on there because it's my group page. You can do just like I did 2 years ago because I didn't like what that girl was doing on the other pages. So I started my own Sturgis page. And what we try to do is we try to keep stuff that's going to give you good info. We have a lot of advertisers, hotel rooms, vendors and stuff that I don't know if I would normally let them on. But some of the other ones, people constantly talking about, people pulling trailers, people, got trikes, and people got this. I bet you 99% of those people that are whining and crying aren't even here. These are people that just like to stir the pot and get you all riled up. That's why I delete that kind of crap. Doesn't matter. This rally is dying. No matter what you think, all motorcycle rallies are dying. We're all dying. We're not going to be around forever. And who's going to be riding these bikes? Who's going to be riding the trikes? Nobody. So once we're all gone, you're going to be thinking, oh, we probably should have thought different about this. We should have let the trailer people come. However you come to a rally, it's great. I kind of complain about the car people. The problem with the cars, I think, is it just takes up more space of us trying to get around. We're sitting twice as long in traffic, backed all the way up because of all these cars. I don't have a problem with you coming in a car. Park it. There's plenty of parking lots here. But coming down Junction in LaSalle, this is a very, very small town. I bet you this town's probably not even 5 miles around.
Probably not.
And you're trying to jam this in like Daytona or Myrtle Beach. Daytona, Myrtle Beach, there's more roads to drive on. We only have 2 main roads here to get in through town. And if you're taking it up with your cars, you're just riding around gawking at what's going on. Find a parking spot. Go walk up and down the streets. There's a lot of people, we talked about it the other day. I could pick out some of these people that aren't riding a motorcycle. They got sandals on. And because up here, now Florida's different, but, most people walking around in shorts are probably did not ride their motorcycle here today. These 2 guys walking by here in a minute, you'll see behind us. Right there, those 2. I bet you they don't have a motorcycle. Or at least they didn't bring one today. But, nothing wrong with that. Oh, there's our first kid.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Wyatt.
Well, Wyatt's different.
Wyatt's part of the rally.
Yeah, he is the rest part of the rally. But, he stays out there, and he normally doesn't come in.
Got it?
He normally comes in the town. Doesn't come in the town during the rally. He came here because it's Indian night. They're sponsored by Loud American. Sponsors Wyatt. Yeah. So they comes in here and thanks them, and they're going to have dinner tonight with the family and all that kind of stuff. So that's why Wyatt's here. But you don't see Wyatt running up and down Main Street here with his parents. They probably parked up here. There's places here you can park a car and you can walk in. I don't have a problem with that. But the problem I have is people with cars that are wanting to ride around like motorcycles do, up and down the streets, the side streets, all this stuff. It's just more congested for us motorcycle riders, where it makes me think the same thing, and I've had other people say the same thing. Too many cars, too many people that don't know how to ride a motorcycle. Not that they don't know how to ride a motorcycle, that they're stupid on the motorcycle. We've had some guy almost hit us yesterday on Junction. Guy come out of the hotel, Sturgis Motel, and doing probably 30 or 40 miles an hour out of the track. We're heading towards the 90.
Highway.
We're on the left lane. I was passing another bike, and this guy's coming straight for us. Never even looked. He's looking. His bike's going this way, and he's looking that way. And I'm like, I seen him coming. I jumped over in front of the guy that I was passing, cut him off. And this bike would have, the guy behind him, he's seen us. He slowed down and stayed in the middle. That guy would have hit us. And it wasn't an old guy, wasn't a young guy. Probably a guy was in his 30s. And he's just stupid. He had no business doing, and we see a lot more of that. We see it in other rallies. But here, because you're in such a condensed area, you see a lot more of that.
Chip said people driving their cars also are spending too much time on their phones instead of driving.
You're right.
Not paying attention.
And they're talking. Oh, look at that. What are they? Oh, look, there's some police here. Oh, let's look at them. You run over a motorcycle guy. And so we've had quite a few cars hit motorcycles, and motorcycles hit cars. So that's happened out here. We got a lot more accidents this year than we've had in the past. So it's one of these things that, I don't know. If it continues to go that way, then we'll probably come out pre-rally, stay the weekend, and adios out of here. Stay the first weekend to see the excitement, see the vendors and all that, and then get the hell out of town. Because I don't want to have to deal with all this. I don't want to die here. It'd be cool to die in Sturgis, but I don't really want to die in Sturgis. I die with my dog. Both left officer life in Sturgis.
Yeah.
And it'd be a cool way to leave. But I'm not planning on it. I'd like to have a few more years here. But same thing, we don't do a lot of riding during the Sturgis rally because it gets dangerous. There's people not paying attention. You have people that don't have experience in riding, and and there's nothing wrong with that. But come out early. It's like I always say, if you wanna, it's your first bike or it's your first trike that you got. You're not used to doing a lot of stuff. Then come out earlier and ride some of the great rides. Get up early before everybody else does. Take your trike and ride those Highway Iron Mountain. Don't get up at 9 or 10 o'clock on a Saturday or Sunday of the rally and take your bike out and hold everybody else up, traffic up. We've had a few people since we've been riding this week that they kind of pulled over to the right and flagged us by. Actually, when we were on our ride, we had that. And so, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not a second-class citizen if you let a bike pass you up. You know, if you don't want to pull over. We had another guy that was on a trike. He pulled over on the side of the road, let us go by. And I appreciate that. We waved to him and thank him. And, you know, same thing. I'm not the fastest rider in the world, but if a bike come up on my butt, either way, I'm either going to go all the way to the right and flag them by, or I'm going to find a place I can turn out and let them go by me. So it should just be common courtesy. But
She was one of those on a wet.
I think-
Her legs burnt.
how is it? Could be. I thought she had like cerebral palsy or something. She couldn't walk. She's a girl that was having issues getting out of the chair, but she thinks she had a burn on her leg. That maybe she was in an accident during Sturgis. And but yeah, they had a lot of wrecks this year. So far, we only heard 3 died during the rally, 4 died before the rally.
They said they don't want to see you on the news. And Sean says there's 3 different seasons, 3 different sessions for the rally. The week before, the 10 days of, and the week after.
But see, I don't like the week after because it's just there's nobody here.
It's sad.
It's scary, scary bad. I would never stay after the rally. I would always come before. I'd even consider coming 2 weeks before the rally. Because you still got, you know, the bars are all starting to get in session. You know, they do have some bands playing on some of the weekends. So you do have a little bit of nightlife going on. You know, the Buffalo Chip, they've got nothing going on out there. But it depends if you want concerts or not. But and out here, I never realized till this year that every one of these little towns, like here in Sturgis during the summer, every Wednesday night they have a band free. They had a girl that has a song out.
Yeah, it's whiskey men or men are like whiskey. I don't know. I can't think of it.
And it's on the charts.
She
And
sings it with Gretchen Wilson.
so she was here, and it was a free show. Over in Spearfish on Friday nights, they have free bands that you can hear. Deadwood's got all kinds of concerts and stuff going on out there. They have the big,
Huge has some.
they have the Deadwood Lodge, not the lodge, but the other one, the casino at the other end of town.
Yeah,
They
the
have concerts there.
Grand Mountain.
Yeah, they charge though, but they're having the George Satellites, and then they're also having your buddy George
Looks real
Thorogood
good.
is coming. They're also going to have the one that plays at Hairball. They're coming one night and playing out there in Deadwood. So those all cost, but that's different concerts that are going to be going on here. These are all after the rally. So there is events going on. You know, Deadwood's open all the time. Deadwood's a lot cheaper. One of our subscribers stayed there and said, you know, it's like $150 a night. But when rally comes, it's $1,000 a night. And he left on that Friday. Stayed till Thursday and adios on Friday.
Now,
That
David
way-
was on earlier.
Yeah. So that way you get, you know, hey, why not? You know, if you're not looking to really buy anything for your bike. I like doing something. Now, we didn't buy nothing for the bike this trip. We thought she was going to get the recluse clutch, and that ended up being a whole big hassle. So much for that. We won't be doing any reviews on recluse clutch. And
We don't have nothing to review on. We'll be here. We're either leaving Tuesday or Wednesday this next week coming up. Karen said Eli was talking about all the people dying, drinking, and riding the bike don't mix. And some of it is animals too. I don't think it's all.
they said this
drinking and
year
driving.
is the #1 hit for deer strikes. They've had more deer strikes this year than any other year. I don't know if it could be because it's getting so much cooler now that, you know, the deers move around a lot more when it's cooler than when it's so hot.
You go,
We
Sean.
seen, 8 or 9 deers we came in town.
Oh yeah, from Deadwood last night.
Yep.
So Sean says he comes to Sturgis every month. To Deadwood, he lives 180 miles away in North Dakota.
There you
How
go.
about that? I drive there next Wednesday or Thursday to Deadwood for the night and some merch. There you go.
And at
Don't
the end
forget
of the
about
month
Kid
of
Rock.
August in Deadwood, they're going to have what?
What?
The end of August in
Deadwood,
Deadwood, we have what?
the Mustang Rally.
Nope. Hot August nights.
Oh yeah. The middle of August
That's
is
26. Yeah, Mustang Rally.
Mustang Rally.
So in about 2 weeks, Mustang Rally will be here. And they have a pretty good crowd that comes out for Mustang Rally. I've seen the pictures on Main Street and stuff. Not as big as a rally, Sturgis Rally, motorcycle rally, but they have the Mustang Rally coming in town. What was the other one we had when we first started? Camaro came. They didn't have much of a crowd at Camaro. I'd say a couple hundred maybe. But I mean, it's starting. We'll see how it turns out. Last year they actually had the Impala Rally, but it never really came into Sturgis. They were more in Spearfish, doing a lot of events. So they have different kinds of things going on out here too. But I mean, that's what's cool about this area because it is family friendly, other than rally time. That you can bring your kids down to Main Street. And they got junkie houses and all. They close part of Main Street down and have stuff. They have a bike ride every Wednesday. They go out 10 or 11 miles.
8 miles,
Yeah.
I think.
And do this ride. The chief does it all the time. And just something they had. I did a video on it. You seen on one of the videos I showed you, they all taken off. And there was probably a couple hundred.
But I mean, everybody gets to do it. Adults, kids,
Yep.
doesn't matter. So,
So,
it's
yeah.
fun.
So there is things you can do here if you get here early, besides just riding. But you also have to remember, this is a very big tourist area. You know, you got Mount Rushmore, you got Crazy Horse, you got Custer State Park, you got all these little towns. We never did make it down to Hot Springs to check out the springs and all
The
that stuff.
fossils, all the fossils
And,
are finding
and
out.
we'd like to maybe do that next year. We've done the Badlands and we did the 1880s town, so we won't do that next year. We try to mix things up so you guys not getting the same thing every year. We won't go out to Devil's Tower and stuff next year. So this year we did a little bit more bigger things. We took a group out to Devil's Tower, the Ham Jam, and all that kind of stuff. And that was a whole day that we took out. We had about 10 bikes go. So that was a nice ride. Everybody had fun doing that. Next year maybe we can set up a ride ahead of time, see if we can do another one. Something close that's not too far out. Maybe go out to Nemo and eat at the Branding Irons. We missed that this year. I don't think we'll have time tomorrow. We'll go out there on Monday or something to eat.
But the breakfast probably isn't going on anymore out there either.
No.
Great video. Appreciate all the information you guys put out. I'm out of here. I have a good night. That's Jana. She's over there down in North Carolina. So she's past her bedtime probably. So it's almost 7, 8, 9 o'clock out there.
So we'll flip the TV around here and we'll let you guys watch a little bit of the
Don't
street.
make a map. We're trying to do that. We're looking for that. They said we should make a map of different things where to go where they're at on the map. Devil's Tower. Yep. We did Devil's Tower. I hope to see you guys in Ocean City, Maryland. Yes, we'll be up there, Griff. Griff, you're the one that won, I think, wasn't you? A couple years ago, you were supposed to win the Camp Easy Ride. Was it Camp Easy Ride?
Let me see
I
if we
think
can
his name
turn this
was Brett.
around, if we can get that gap in the. There we go. Slide over that way. Give you a little bit better. We're adjusting our chairs. The camera will stay stationary. The Eric.
There you go.
He really liked that.
He did.
Price of being a little shorter. All right, so we're still here. We turned things around a little bit so you guys can see a little bit of Main Street.
Yes, we will be in Ocean City, Griff.
Oh, 179 people on. We appreciate all you coming in here on Saturday, last night of the rally, checking out what's going on, see some bikes go by. Right across the street here is One Eye Jacks. And behind us here, we're at Mount American. Main Street's still kind of busy. Let me show you a little bit of that. Other than the trash can there. A lot of people on the street still. A lot of bikes. A little quieter down at this end of the street. So just going to let you watch a little bit of the traffic go by.
Dude's only open from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And so they're not open year round. Kickstands is open year round. That is probably the only.
Yeah, probably the only one that's open year round. Even Days Inn doesn't stay open year round. So kickstands is really the only one that stays here year round. But I mean, if it's frozen out here, your water lines are going to freeze. They're probably not. You can dry camp probably, or put boondock, or have electric probably. But for sewer and water, you're probably not going to have much if it's freezing. But I mean, if it's snow on the ground, I'm not going to be out here camping either if it's snowing. But it's been it's a tip. I would call this a typical rally. Pretty good crowd. I mean, there's people we never got to see. Adam Sandoval this year. We usually run into him every year, and didn't get to catch up with him this
Come
year.
out to the content creators thing either.
No, he wasn't here till that Saturday. Oh no, he would have been here. Yeah, he should have. He was here that Saturday. I didn't know he came in on Saturday. the girl dressed up for the bike. She's got her white boots on her white boot, on her white bike, and a white top and a white bra or whatever she had on with loud white music.
Griff was the one that won. You couldn't make it.
Oh.
So Sean says the ATVs they do out there. Yucky says it's 9 o'clock in Toronto, and Audie wanted to know if Kathmandu was open all year. Do they open Main Street to cars tomorrow?
No, it would not open typically till Sunday. Actually, Monday morning at 2 a.m. is when it would open up, because they added Sunday, one, because we got the motorcycle race going on Sunday, but they've extended it now anyway, because if they let it go on Sunday, then all these trucks come down Main Street, unloading their booze and all this. So now they've got to do it they can go in the alley and do it, but they can't bring any trucks down. So it's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure I know for this year, because the race is going to be Sunday. So the race is supposed to be done
How
by.
you guys doing? Having a good rally?
Here. We're doing
Everybody,
live.
hi! Oh,
yeah,
I got to turn the camera around.
Oh, just turn the face there.
I haven't
Well-
seen you all week. I was like, where are they hiding out at? Hello. How are you? The last day of the rally. Where the hell is everybody? They all left and freaking said, screw this shit, because we're supposed to have rain tomorrow. They're what? Oh. Oh, on Main Street? So they're doing the races on Main Street? No, I thought they canceled it.
No, if it rains, it'll be Monday.
Oh.
They did cancel it in the bubble, but they canceled it. The city didn't want to spend $600,000. Flat track was paying the whole bill.
So what time is that at?
Starting at 2 to 6.
Oh, shit.
So
All day event.
Yeah, tonight at 2 o'clock, the race is going to go up this street, turn on Sherman, and it comes back down Holiday Square. So, yeah.
So this will all be shut down
Yeah.
to
See where it says
motorcycles.
finish line up there?
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, right there. I'm looking way down there.
They're actually charging for, like, you can rent spots up here and sit up in the top. And there's going to be some grandstands down by the Oasis bar. There'll be vendors down there. It's been pretty neat. It's a lot of people were afraid of it, but what Fox is going to do is they're going to play it all over the world for the next 3 months. So it's going to put Sturgis on the map, especially for foreigners.
Well, not like we need to be put on the map anymore. We're already on the damn map.
Well, not all the foreigners know about us.
What?
Not all the foreigners know about us. Need to get them all coming over here, help build up the rally.
Give it back up.
When do you guys head home?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, we're done tomorrow.
At
And
a-
then I get ready for Kansas Abate, and then Lake of the Ozarks, and then BBQ.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be a barbecue.
At the end of the season.
At
Done
maybe
here.
Galveston, I'm up in the air about Galveston. I don't know. We'll see.
Alright.
My bike won't go to any of those events. No. He's not. Okay. So.
All right.
All right.
You have like a team wallet on your phone? That makes sense.
Alright. Turning the microphone around. Somebody behind us with loud music. That guy right there. So that was Highway Vixen. You didn't know who she was. She's got a YouTube channel. And yeah,
For 2 weeks, and we go to Ocean City, and then
Mike's barbecue.
Okay, that should be our last.
That kind of wraps us up. But hopefully that'll be the end of the season 2.
I hear ya.
So that's Highway Vixen, and she's
She has a YouTube channel also.
yeah, we tried to catch up with her a couple times, and we just kind of missed her last time we did a live here. She was probably on a mission, and she just said hi and went on by. And so they're heading out tomorrow. And
Well, you can find HA, but they're really hidden. They're not as obvious. But they do have a couple little t-shirts.
well, actually, right over here in this building behind us with all these people in the way, Mr. Al's. There's a couple of them in this building, but they're not out front like they've been in the past. So,
Thanks, Stephen.
what's Grizzlies? Sons of Silence. Sons of Silence had a booth, which are closed today, that in front of Uncle Louis' Diner. They had a booth there. They've got Hell's Angels is up right up the street here behind One Eye Jack's. was the house that they used to have. Somebody else bought it. I don't think they're letting them in the house, but they're letting them set up in front. There's 2 vendor booths there. Other than that, that's about it. They're not very, which we didn't know until we talked to some of the 1%ers here. The Hells Angels, this is not their territory. This is actually Sons of Silence and Outlaws. That's who runs South Dakota. So the HA is actually a visitor here during the rally, which I didn't know.
Yep.
Something new that we learned this year. I thought this was HA territory, and it's not. So just something else we learned, something else we're passing on to you. And we try to get all the right information when we talk to the 1%ers and stuff. We want to make sure we tell you what's really going on. We don't want to make anything up because for some of you other YouTubers out there, they watch our channels. So you don't ever want to say a bunch of crap about 1%ers that's not true, because sooner or later they may catch up with you. And the bad news would be they're probably not going to catch up with you just with 1 or 2 guys. There'll probably be a handful of guys, and it may not come out good for you. So be very cautious for YouTubers. Most of the time when you're in a city like this, most of the 1%ers are pretty cool. You don't really have any real trouble with them. A lot of them will say hi to you. No, they're not going to take a picture or anything with you. But, I mean, if you're filming, it's not a big deal unless you stick a camera in their face. They're pretty much laid back. We've seen quite a few 1%ers walking around. But for HA, this is the smallest time. I've only seen maybe 5 or 6 since we've been down here together. And I've seen 1 or 2 walking around. But today and yesterday, I didn't see any other than in the store. There was just one guy sitting at the booth back here.
So they want to know, they said that they see that the city is so clean and the degreasers on the street every night. How does that really get with all the oil on the street? Noticeable oil on the street. There's really not a whole lot of oil on the street.
Now, you don't really get a lot of bike stripping oil other than in the center. But I had an opportunity and I didn't do it because I have to do it in the middle of the night. The city invited me to ride along with them as they clean the streets up at night. And I'm just too tired. I just didn't have the energy this year to get up at 2 a.m. and be out here for an hour or 2 while they do this. But, for instance, like in New Orleans, now they don't do it here because we don't see it. New Orleans, for instance, hosed it down with fire hoses. They hose the street all down, and that's how they get it clean. Here, I think they bring the street sweepers down, and they're running the street sweepers down and clean it all up. I'm assuming if there was an oil slick, they would probably use regular, like oil dry kitty litter, and they would put that down, soak it all up, and then use the sweeper to sweep it back up.
Rossi says it's Bob and Tam territory.
What?
Not the HA or not the silence.
Yeah,
Hey, XM Biker, he said, I didn't know you were doing a live tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight and then probably tomorrow night, too.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have a video for today, and we kind of been bouncing around, didn't know where we were going to do it. We weren't sure even tonight because the internet here sucked, but AT&T's got those towers on the roof. You look over there, you can see that thing sticking up off the roof. That's an antenna, and we found out from one of the bar owners, AT&T put those in. So they're all over Main Street. And I've got excellent, sir. Well, you can just see how good the video looks. As long as my hotspot don't die. So far, it's just a little bit off of full. So it's chugging along here. See, we still got plenty of internet.
The HA house is down here behind When I Jack's is not actually their clubhouse. It's a house that somebody owned that they would rent out during the Sturgis rally.
The basement.
Well, we've heard that house has been bought by someone else. And when they called and they said, hey, we're going to rent the basement, he's like, hey, no, you're not. So, but they do have a sign up down there. So they must have let them
rent it. Well, they got 2 booths, 2 10 by 10 tents down there in front of the old, used to be painted orange, red at one time. Now I think it's white. I always thought,
it's red trim, right with it.
I always thought they owned the house. Well, come to find out they don't. You'd be surprised when you talk to people. People tell you they own this, own that. Somebody owns this, and it's not true. We end up talking to the city, and the city knows who owns what. So that's kind of how we figure out what's going on.
So they ended up watching a video on I guess, the webcam. I guess he must be from Japan, maybe. I don't know. It's Jim Merritt. That's not what I was going to say now.
What's he right?
He said he woke up early and was watching their live on the city channel, cleaning the streets. It was interesting, and good job on them. Oh, that's what I was going to say. There's 8 city workers for the public works department. They don't hire any new people. It's those 8 guys that work in the city of Sturgis all year round that do that every night.
Yep.
They don't hire any extra people for that.
Nope. And they do this. The same people that do the work during the day, non-rally, are the same people. Well, when I talked to the public works director, he said we can't hire anybody because by the time we train them, the rally's over, and the odds of getting them back next year would be slim. So they've just learned how, and it's hats off to them. The city workers that are down here, and you've seen some of them on our channel before the rally. They were painting the lines and they were painting the curbs. You look at stuff now, you would never know they painted anything. They're all scuffed up over there and dirty, and
It was all pretty bright yellow
Yeah.
the other day.
and all the lines they painted white, put new handicap things in, and that was all done about 2 weeks before the rally. They were out here painting. We showed a little bit of that on the channel during that time.
So Ron says back in the day, the HA stayed at the Buffalo chip and pretty much thought they ran things.
Oh.
Didn't
Well,
know
they
that.
used to have, the HA used to have, well, I found out where it's at now. That campground that's back there, remember the one we go all the way to the top of the hill behind Days Inn? The one that was fenced in?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be, that was HA. That was their campground. And 'cause I knew they had one out here.
Gone to England.
I knew they had a campground, but I didn't know where. Somebody told us. The Sons of Silence is actually the other way. You go out towards the Iron Horse, right where the road goes straight out. You go out there, it turns to gravel. You really don't want to go out there. They got a house way out there. We've never been out there, so we don't exactly know where it's at, but it's out that road. You can actually get to it, too, from the 79 coming that way. You can hit the same house there, too. And we don't go out there during rally time. We probably could go out there before the rally or after. We do know some of the 1%ers that are out there, but I don't want to film it or anything like that. We don't want to bring any more extra attention to any groups that are out here.
We've been on a little over an hour and all caught up. There's 157 on.
All right, we lost a few. They basically didn't want to watch the Sturgis rally. They want to see the people walking by. And, bikes are kind of quiet right now.
They sprayed some sort of soap or degreaser down, and then they came back an hour later and rinsed it all off. It was fast and impressive.
There you go. I guess you must have been up at 2 a.m. watching them.
Yeah. Well, I think he's from, where are you from, Shamaric? What country?
Because I know, like in Australia, they're almost like 12 hours different. So it's like 6 o'clock tonight. It's like 6 o'clock in the evening there, or morning.
It's 8 or 10 hours.
So sometimes we don't really know unless any of you people that live in other countries tell us what time it is. We don't have our phones out checking phone times anywhere. But this rally was kind of cool just with the fact that it was really hot and it got really cool.
Yeah.
The mornings was, we were in the 50s. In the morning, you had to wear a jacket.
There's a girl that got a shirt cut by Willie on the other side of that black guy shirt.
I seen another one down there. One more
It's
5
like,
minutes.
swimsuit.
She ain't got much on. Here,
Yeah, sure, you can see
zoom in. Like swimming suit. We telling YouTube that's a swimming suit.
But Willie cut that out, I'm sure. Another Coke? I think
And so, I turn the camera. You got a bunch of graphs in front of you again. So, do you guys like seeing this, or do you want to flip it around to where you can see the people walking behind us and see us again? You tell me what you want to see.
from the country of Minnesota.
Who's from Minnesota?
And I thought it was because he's got a little funny thing in front of his name and it says Shimmer. So I always thought he was from a different country and he says he's from Minnesota.
Minnesota. That may not be.
You don't think?
I don't think he's from Minnesota. Minnesota. You have to type in Minnesota and see what that says. What time is it where you're at?
Yeah, there is a little bit of breeze and it's starting to get chilly. I might put my coat on.
Thank you. And yeah, we'll hang out here a little bit more with you guys, checking it out. Let us know what you want to see. If you want to see the people walking in front of us or the people behind us, we can go either way here.
You go either way.
You can go either way if you want. Is that what you want? So, here's bike. We stopped down there at the Rumble On tent. They didn't have very many bikes left. And a couple people told me they got some really good deals there over the years. I looked at it, the price really wasn't that great. There wasn't anything that I would have jumped out and bought. They only had like, I don't know, 10 or 15 bikes left. They had a bunch of them in a little corral, but I don't know what those were.
Looks like they had a lot in there, but I don't know.
Well, they had some bikes on the other side there, like JP Saxo side, but those were more big full dressers, and I didn't look. They had some Indian bikes inside, and some. They had a bike similar to what you like, the Bad Boy Low, but it wasn't the Bad Boy Low, it was the Bad Boy. But they wanted like same thing, 16.7, but it was a 21.
I know they got some called a Fat Bob too. Kind of looks like a Fat Boy Low.
So pretty exciting. You know, like overall, I'm pretty happy with the rally. No real complaints other than too many cars. You know, people complain about the prices and stuff. The prices really aren't that bad. You know, $15 to $18 for a hamburger and fries. Where you live, how much is it? If you went to a sit-down restaurant and ordered a hamburger and fries, how much other than McDonald's? You know, well, dude, if you're in California, you get a Big Mac and fries, it's $18.95. But that's not even really a hamburger, I don't think. But, you know, and for beer, $5 to $7 for a beer. Most of them got 16-ounce cans, not 12-ounce cans. The draft beer here, most of the places that you get the open cup, I've seen a couple places that were $4 to fill that up. And that should be 12 ounces, I think, of that big cup. So, you know, that's not bad. But you have to remember you're at an event. You know, it's just like if you went to a professional ball game or you went to Disneyland or wherever you go. And for some reason, I don't know why people think because this is a small town, everything should be cheap. I don't get that. I don't understand why people think small town America are cheap. Sometimes things cost more there because they don't have a big line to bring stuff in. Not grocery store. You only got this little grocery store too in town. And the other day, whatever you bought, milk. I paid $6 for a gallon of milk.
Half a gallon.
Yeah, half a gallon of milk. That's a little steep.
A gallon won't fit in the fridge.
But that's what you pay. But with Walmart, would have paid about $4 for the same half a gallon.
So it is Minnesota. Eric says it's 810 there. It's the old banana name game song. That's why he uses it. So Mike Roberts wants to know how the weather is. He's 100 miles west in Wyoming. So if you get here soon, you should do okay. They're talking about 50% chance of rain tomorrow.
And tomorrow is the biggest day. The whole time we've been here, they've only said, some days they said no rain, it still rains. Some days it's 10 to 20%. This is the highest percentage since we've been here in 8 weeks that we've had rain. But 50%, I would almost, if it's like what they've been saying, it'd be more like 100%. Because
Neil wants to know how long we'll be here. He's in Piedmont. He had this $22 steak. It's the best money he spent.
all right. We'll be here a little while yet. Maybe we'll make it a 2-hour video. What, you tired already?
I know. They're saying hi to Neil. Neil says, sunny and warm. Still warm. It might be warm for Neil. It's cold for me.
Yeah.
The house I could have bought there 10 years ago for $150. It's now $350.
Oh, yeah. Things are high here. I wish I would have bought something years ago. But, you know, you make choices in your life. You got to live with whatever your choice you make. You know, it's hard to say. I wouldn't buy the $300,000 house here. I don't know how long this is going to last, rally-wise. You know, will it make it 10 more years? That's my thought. Will it make it 20 more years? Will it make it to the 100th rally? I don't know. But if this rally would die, the property here would drop to nothing. That $300,000 house would probably be about $50,000 house. So
Chip said he saw a post earlier today about a booth price. I'm assuming for next year in town, $1,000 a linear foot. So if you got a 10-foot space, you get $10,000.
I don't buy that. Why? Because we know what the vendors are paying. I don't know who. Yes, if you go out to Harley Davidson, they're the most expensive. For a 10 by 10, this steer would have cost you $6,000. They are the highest place because if I was going to pay $10,000 here, I would rather be at Black Hills Harley Davidson. Why? Because almost everybody stops at the dealership somewhere along the line. The nice thing about the dealership, if you're a vendor, see what happens with vendors is they don't want to be in front of one of these bars because you really don't want drunk people. They're not going to buy a stereo. Drunk people's not going to spend money on stuff because they're drunk. They might buy a T-shirt or a pipe or something like that. But a lot of the vendors we talk to don't like to be He's got a dog or something. Oh, it's across the
There's
street.
two. There's two
Yeah,
there and
I
one
kept thinking it was on that motorcycle. I'm like, I don't see no dog of them. But so before I spent $7,000 to $10,000 downtown here, I would be at Black Hills. The way I look at this is the normal person that comes to Sturgis. Number one, is going to stop at Black Hills Harley. Number two, you're probably going to go to a Full Throttle Saloon. A lot of people never come to Main Street. Never. We have so many people that said, I don't want nothing to do with Main Street. I don't want to deal with the bars. I don't want to deal with the crowds. We don't want to come to Main Street at all. But they'll go out to the Buffalo Chip. They'll go to the Full Throttle. They'll go out to Hill City. They'll go to Deadwood. So, same thing. When we first came here, I don't think we really came down to Main Street. I don't remember. We went out to the Full Throttle. We drove down LaSalle and Junction. We may not even have known there was a Main Street.
We might have thought LaSalle was the main
Yeah.
street. I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't really remember much on Main Street. Now, since we've had a YouTube channel, we've definitely spent more time on Main Street. There's way too many t-shirt places here. I would say 75 to 80% of the vendors on here are selling t-shirts, sunglasses, junk that you don't need, not motorcycle related. But I mean, we do have, like across the street here, we got Silencer Central that sells silencers for your gun. That's really not motorcycle related. We got a jewelry place over there, sunglasses, t-shirt place over here. That's all big giant. That whole thing is just t-shirts. That's the one selling the Florida t-shirts for Sturgis over there. So go on over there and get your Sturgis, Florida t-shirts right there. You got them right on the end.
So Rod King made it home. He said 30 hours
All right.
at home from Sturgis. Sturgis was fun.
So your house is okay?
I guess it didn't blow away.
Oh.
And Debbie does Florida. Yeah.
Oh, oh man, I got a racing bike, he thinks there.
Yes, Black Hills Harley is a shopper's paradise.
Yep. And it is that's we always when I brought my bikes out to have work, that's the first place I went. Now I always had Speed do my dyno and work, and they've always been in town. But we used to have them do a lot of my work back in Laughlin, Nevada. They did work there. They've dynoed the bike once here. Somebody else screwed it up, and they had to straighten it out for me. So kind of the same thing here. I didn't really have any work done on my bike, but my dyno, when I had it dynoed with the transmission bearing and stuff done, should have been a good job. It ran fine. So we got out here in the hills. I had to drop that sucker down with Tam on it down to third gear to get any speed up the hills. So they flash it back to what their last setting was, which was in Laconia when they put all my lifters and all that stuff in my bike. So now it's running good again. It's rattling like hell, but it's running good. So I'm kind of looking at another motor here. I'm hoping maybe when I start buying the veteran bikes, I can find me a totaled out bike. It's got maybe a 120 or 121 engine on it. Switch that over and put that on it. So we'll see. That's down the road. Because we figure next year I don't really need my bike again till Sturgis, because we'll be flying to all the other rallies. I might need it for Arizona Bike Week. But maybe before then we'll have maybe a veteran bike and we'll take it for a test drive out to Arizona Bike Week. Make sure it's running good. We don't want to give our bikes away to veterans and have a bad bike. So all of them I want to ride a little bit. So did anybody ever say they would rather, do you enjoy seeing the bikes drive down Main Street, or do you want to see what's behind us? So Black Sheep is here from Canada. And I'm glad you're joining us tonight. So Rocking, he had to mow the yard. So got enough rain to keep that grass growing. So Rocking, one of our subscribers, he was up here, stayed with us at Kathmandu. We had a lot of you. We didn't get to see everybody, but we had a lot of you guys at Kathmandu this year. There was probably 25. Well, we found out Kathmandu has about 250 RV spots. So plus all the overflow. He's going to put in some 100-footers, and we're going to talk to him about that next day or two and see how many he's going to put in. The 100-footers are going to be far. So many people bring in these 40-foot rigs, and they want to leave the trailer on the back. They got a 20 or 30-foot trailer behind them. So you need these 100-foot spots. So he's going to make, I'm going to tell him he needs at least 25. And that'll be out on the far end of the campground. So you'll be kind of seclusive on your own. Be kind of like the rich folk area. So that'll be happening next year. He's talking about putting a swimming pool in this next year. So he had some bands, more small bands, one-man band, stuff like that. It was early that they'd be from, 6 or 7 to 9 or 10. And we were in there last night. It was a guy singing country. Sounded pretty good. Got some shots in there and stuff. But maybe you'll hear that on the video. I might well, he didn't sound enough like the original artist. So that was kind of neat. So he's trying to do a little bit extra. He's going to spend some money on the campground, get it a little more up to date. So it's kind of neat. But I like Kathmandu. Not saying there's not another campground here. We've actually been approached by 2 more campgrounds that would like us there. One of them is not very big, so I don't think we do them, just for the fact that we probably have a spot, but we probably wouldn't even have anybody else being in that campground. The other campground's a pretty good sized one too. I just don't know if I want to be in that campground. Of course, the Buffalo Chip one's back again. Buffalo Chip, I like the Buffalo Chip. It's just too much is going on for us that I can't get out. We drive by and it's like, oh, stop there. Oh, stop there. Oh, stop there. I'd rather run around all the places we run around and catch 50 things versus 2 things at the Chip. Because not everybody, most of you are interested in a little bit of everything. You're not really interested in just seeing us hang out here the whole day. You want to see other things going on. So Robert's from Florida. Hopefully you survived the hurricane or tropical storm. Scott's in the house from Minnesota. We got a lot of Minnesota people on tonight. Pam went to the bathroom, so that's why she disappeared. But I'm enjoying the rally. It was just the second half has just been very, very hectic for me. We just had we got new sponsors, and we'll talk about them next couple weeks. Do a video for each one of our sponsors. We're going to get to the point where we're not going to be talking to a lot of other vendors anymore, because we got these sponsors now that are actually helping us get to the rallies in the East Coast. And we're not high. It's not a lot of money. It's going to pay for airline tickets. That's about all that's going to pay for is airline tickets. But it'll get us to the rallies. We're hoping to pick up 2 other sponsors that will get us motorcycles. One of them we got to talk to in October. The other one we're going to talk to in November. And so that'd be great to set that all up. And that way you've got to have a motorcycle during the rally. We don't necessarily need a motorcycle before the rally, but we definitely need one during the rally. There's no place to park. So what do we got here? You got to be the biggest Sturgis info channel, don't you think? Yeah. Nobody. Well, not the problem, but what makes us different from everybody else is this is all we do. We do this the whole rally. Most people don't want to come out here and spend $3,000 to $5,000 for a vacation and work the whole time and not even make the money that you cost to get here. We've gotten now to where we're big enough to where we get comp. We don't pay all the campgrounds we stay at. We're now comped at. So, and then we also have subscribers that have enough room that we can put the RV on it. Problem is for next year, too many miles on my truck. Got 145,000 by the time we get home. That truck's not going to last forever. And I bought it as my last truck. Bought it in 2019, right before we started this. Pretty much 120,000 miles have been put on this, doing this. So yes, there's probably nobody that gives out the information we do. Share that with everybody. So William, what's William got to say? So is the Harley thing as big as Bud Light thing for real? I'm going to say no. One thing, well, also Bud Light, and they're trying to make it a big thing, but Bud Light really wasn't. There was never going to be a commercial made by that person. I'm not going to say it's a girl or guy. I don't know what it is. It's just a person. And Cam calls it a dick. But it wasn't, and I'm not going to go into arguing all about this, but Bud Light has given thousands and thousands and thousands of cans with people's pictures on it. If they feel somebody deserves a Bud Light can with their portrait on it, we might get one someday. Never know. Maybe they'll do it because we did so many rallies, but I don't know. So the Harley thing, this same guy also talked about Mr. Beast. About this guy looks like they're people that just like to stir the pot. Kind of like CNN, NBC, Fox News, all these news agencies that are all about stirring the pot. But when I look at this guy's channel, he's putting out like 4 videos a day. It's getting 400,000 and 500,000 views. This guy's going to make $1 million off of all you people buying up everything he says. I'm saying do your homework. Do some searching. Don't rely 100% on YouTube to be your fact checker. Do your homework. Google stuff. There's things you can find out on the internet. But when it takes you back to that guy's channel as the source, I wouldn't risk my life on that. Is corporate Harley's kind of screwed up? Probably. But so is every other large corporation in America. What's going on with this? Cam always says the same thing. What do you always say?
Make sure you're right with Jesus because he's coming back soon.
Because it ends up being in this world, it seems like if you're a good person, you're bad. And if you're a bad person, you're good. You know, when you look at I'm not going to get really involved with this, but you look at gay people in the whole United States, there's less than 8% gay, transsexual, all that. Maybe you could add another 2% to that for the people that aren't out of the closet. But nowadays, why would you be in the closet when you're getting all this special attention? Actually, worldwide, after the Olympics showed all that, I looked it up, it's 0.05% in the world that's actually gay. So why is everybody making such a big thing, these corporations and all this stuff? Once again, bad is good, good is bad. So
But they always say the squeaky wheel gets oiled. So the more they complain, the more they jump up and down, the more they holler and scream, the more attention they get.
and these YouTube channels, we talked about this in November. You guys have been watching the channel a while. There was a AI YouTuber that came out and said Harley was going to make all their bikes were going electric, and they were going to make CVOs that were going to be electric and touring bikes. And you watch the video. If you don't have a brain, you should have caught it right away. I caught it. It was V-twin motors driving by, just like that one. Well, if it's a V-twin, how can it be electric? You got to have an electric motor on it. So I called Harley, and Harley said, "No, we are not. We've got LiveWire is part of the Harley Davidson Corporation, but LiveWire is no longer sold, but at 2 dealers in California. LiveWire is now an entity. LiveWire wasn't even here. They were in Daytona, but they weren't here in Sturgis. So,
Yeah, give me a sticker.
so there's that. So one of the things that were very interesting today was this YouTuber came out yesterday telling you that, hey, there's nobody at the Harley booth, blah, 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 blah. Look, it's working. You guys are doing a great job, just like they did the Bud Light last year. Well, you need to go to Cycle Drag. I normally don't promote different people. Go to Cycle Drag's video yesterday, and it shows you he's standing Thursday in front of Harley, and there's a good group of people at the Harley display. He walks over to Indian, there's not very many people there. So did Indian go woke? No, they didn't. But it's just, there's not the demo bikes. Indian and Harley, I don't see a lot of demo bikes going out. I don't know what it is this year, but I don't think it's got anything to do with people both. The Harley dealer, Black Hills Harley, sold more bikes this year than they did last year, going over here to ride on. Now, they don't have as many bikes as they had last year, but their tent's almost empty. They probably had 20 bikes maybe out of probably a couple, probably had 300 or 400 in there. We didn't go by there, but I mean, it was full before the rally. You couldn't hardly walk in it. So they're selling Harleys. People are riding Harleys. People are buying Harley shirts. So, no, I don't think it's as big a thing as what they did with Bud Light. This guy made up a lot of stuff. What he did is he took stuff out of context, and that's why I said, do your homework. Google this stuff. Did Harley Davidson sponsor a transgender party? Did Harley Davidson give money? What years did Harley Davidson give money to United Way? Do some of your own research. As long as see, I've done it. There's nothing else coming up. Yes, Harley Davidson in Wisconsin does give to the LGBT Foundation or whatever they call them in Wisconsin. They've been doing that for at least last year. But most corporations give money. They probably give money to the Black Association, Asian, Native Americans, and probably a lot of other groups. And we're going to get a lot of this out, and we're going to talk about it. I'm not saying that corporate Harley is the best corporation in the world. I'm just saying there probably ain't no different than any other one. Now, if you want to quit buying from them, you're going to have to quit buying from 3M products. You're going to have to quit buying from Dial Corporation. You're going to have to quit buying laundry detergent. You're going to have to, McDonald's, all these big corporations are giving money.
All them.
Yeah.
Nike shoes,
Yeah, Nikes, all this stuff. And are you just going to stop?
Yeah, they do. And a lot of companies do. And that's the sad thing about America. America used to be known to be self-sufficient in its industry. And that's what Christy was saying, that a lot of their parts are made in Taiwan and India.
Yeah. When we grew up in St. Louis, we had the Chrysler plant. We had the Corvette plant. We had a Ford plant. People worked at great factories. My mom really never had to really work. My dad had a good job. He worked at Cerro Copper and Brass, which is still in business, but he was an industrial engineer, and he made enough money, and my mom really didn't have to work when I was a kid. So she had part-time jobs, things like that. She did stuff, but she never really had a permanent career. And nowadays, both spouses have to work, and it's tough. I don't know how young couples survive today. So I don't know where I was going with all that.
I don't know. It's an open mindset. Nothing can stop what's coming. Oh, God has a plan, and it'll be fulfilled, and that's all there is to it.
And one of the reasons I like doing motorcycle rallies, because you don't hear anything. You don't hear a lot of politics here. You don't hear, you see a mega hat, or like today we petted a fluffy cow, and his name was Mr. Trump. But I mean, hey, that's what the guy wanted to name it, and that's fine. That's his right. And so you don't really see people getting in your face, politics. We don't watch the news while we're out here on the road. We check our internet. I look at my Facebook posts to come up. That's how I seen this stuff about the woke stuff about Harley Davidson. Most of this is what we call in the YouTube business clickbait. The more we can show you clicky, the more money I'm going to make. Well, we don't do that. And like I say, some guy got on my channel last night and said I went woke and I'm showing wokeness or something. And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to tell you, do your homework yourself. Don't listen to some clown on YouTube telling you this is the way it is. It'd be like me telling you right now that Sturgis is going to have 1 billion people here next year. 1 million people's going to be coming into Sturgis because Canada's sending all their people down to Sturgis. Europe's sending, if you don't book right now, you're not going to get a spot. Well, that would be a clickbait. If I did a video like that saying that Sturgis told me, and all the bars all know this is happening. Well, it's clickbait, but it's me making up something that isn't really true. And it's just sad. And one of the funny things was when I looked at this guy that he's just talking in a little square and he's showing stuff. I don't know what the guy's quarterly or something. I don't know what the guy's channel was called. But when I clicked on his videos, a lot of them wasn't just about that. It's about Mr. Beast and a whole bunch of other stuff. But he ended up saying he's getting his information from CNN, NBC, and Fox News. Those are 3 networks I wouldn't rely my life on for information. They can't even get the weather straight. So I take any kind of, if it's a liberal, conservative, any kind of news today, I take everything with a grain of salt. Because what all these people do, just like these guys on the internet about Harley, all they're doing is stirring the pot, telling you, well, here in this case, they're telling you, quit boycott Harley. I'm not fond of the CEO. He's not my friend. We had a bad run-in with him last year, but he has nothing to do with the way Harley Davidson builds their bikes. They have engineers. They make the decision. What the CEO and the board of directors do is they worry about stock market. They're worried about the people that have stock in the company. I know this because I used to work for SoCal Gas in Southern California, and we were a stock traded company, and I was president of the union. I went to the stockholders meeting, which was in Newport Beach at the country club, where normally I wouldn't even be allowed past the gate to walk in there. And these old rich people that were like 70, 80 years old, all they kind of complained about was, we're overpaid, we're this, we're that, all this. They don't need no more money. They don't need to do this. They don't need to do that. But then I stood up and said, if we have a major gas explosion, kills a bunch of people, your stock market's going to go to crap in a handbag. And then they go, oh, maybe we should hire more people to make sure that doesn't happen. But they're only interested in dollars. Same thing as the CEO. Harley Davidson hired him because the company he had before, I don't know if it was a tennis shoe company. I don't know what it was. But it was some company that had almost negative numbers in the stock market and made record numbers. That's why Harley Davidson hired the CEO, is to get the stock market up. Oh, yeah, it's down 12%. 12 points ain't nothing. Look at how the stock market has gone up and down over your career. So and the same guy was talking about Harley Davidson. They're not making any comments. Well, once again, when this happened with Harley Davidson saying that they were going totally electric, when we called Harley, they said, we're making no comment. The next day, a video came out saying Indian was going to close all the dealerships up. They were going to go to internet sales only. Well, we called Indian. Indian said, we got our lawyers on it. We're going to stop that guy, or I don't know who it was, because you couldn't figure out who owned that channel. It was all AI. And ended up, that channel's gone. It's disintegrating. If I go back in my history, it's not even in my history anymore. So Indian is willing to fight, but Harley, sometimes it's not worth throwing mud because it just makes more mud. So that's our end of walk of Harley Davidson.
So Greg says there's still people that live on one income and usually have traditional marriages. William Griffin says thanks. Danny's on. Greg says, personally, I don't care for either party, but neither side will fix our social and economical issues. Not really. Open Mind says, woke, not broke, laugh out loud. William Griffin says he loves the two of us. Thanks, William. And Mitch says, hello from Colorado. We missed out on Sturgis this year. You're not too far away. Eric says that Texas needs to have their own stock market. That would fix a lot of what's going on. And William says, CEO of Puma. I don't know who was that. Was that what he
It could, I don't know. I'm not sure where he came from. Like I say, I don't get really into business. I don't have any stock in Harley. I'm not, just because we own a Harley motorcycle doesn't mean I could really care less if they went out of business. Honestly, it would be, and that's in any corporation. We got Ford truck. If Ford went bankrupt tomorrow, I wouldn't cry over it. I don't plan on buying another truck. I don't really plan on buying another motorcycle. So if Indian went out of business tomorrow, I'd be sad to see them all leave. But I mean, it's not going to affect my life. I don't work for either one of these corporations. So, but I mean, it's just what's sad about all this is it's not that these companies are doing this, giving money to these small groups, stuff like this. What's sad about this is our industry is dying. We're all older. We're the end of the baby boomers. You look at these riders. Oh yeah, there's some 20-year-olds. But if we sat out here and probably counted the people that walk by and ride by, we'll have a hard time finding anybody under 30 years old. Yes, there is some here, but very few. Probably single-digit percentage. But that's what's sad about our industry, because our grandkids will probably never get to enjoy what this is.
Something like this.
One, they don't even ride motorcycles. So they have enough trouble driving a car. And they're all younger. They're 18 and under. But it's just sad. Everybody wants to play on their phones, play games, all this stuff. They don't want to get outside. Heck, they don't even want to ride a bicycle anymore. So how are you going to get on a motorcycle and ride it? So that's what she always said. One day they could mount a phone to the front of the bike where they could drive it as a game, they would do it. It's like these kids I've talked to about being pilots. They said, as soon as they let us fly them like a drone, we'll be pilots. And I'm like, I wouldn't trust any of you to be a drone pilot for me and being in the plane, because what I would say is, as soon as their phone rang or a text, they'd have to stop and look at that. Meanwhile, we crash. So that's the sad point of me is, so there's a guy he's probably in his 30s. This guy's probably in his 40s, sitting here. But I mean, he's got a bike that he didn't ride that here unless he lives in town. This guy here is older. He's probably in his 50s. You haven't seen him yet. He's behind the green thing. The guy walking across the streets, late 40s, early 50s. But I mean, this is an older crowd. And a lot of people say that, oh, this looks like a nursing home that you guys are having. But once again, you're not here either. So when people say all this junk on the internet, you got to just let it go with a grain of salt. And sometimes it's not even worth putting a comment. And I had a couple comments on that guys that was saying all this crap, and then I ended up taking it off. And I said, dude, are you even here? You're saying all this stuff, and you're looking at Facebook posts. One of the first things I would say is I would not predict my future by the posts we get on Facebook in any group. Because, one, you don't know, is it even a real person? It could be a kid writing it. It could be anybody. It could be somebody overseas. It could be a pedophile. It could be anybody. You don't know on Facebook who people are. You could even have your brother writing you, and it's not him. His account got hacked. We've had that happen. Our family members have been hacked, and you get another message from somebody else. So you don't really know. I would never rely on Facebook to be my source of information. Now, in a case like us, there is some good YouTube channels. We're not out here. We show you what we're talking about. If we're going to tell you, if something was on fire, one of these bars were on fire, I would show you that. Here it is. It's on fire. I'm just not making this up. And so we try to give you the best information we can give you. We don't want to do, well, what if, or, well, this is what we saw, or, if we can't really get it on video, we don't really talk about it. The accident report that we talk about, and I can't show that, but it's what we're getting from the city. And it comes from this county and from the state. So that their numbers, we can only go by what they're telling us, that their information is factual. Well, I would think if it's coming from the state of South Dakota, the city, the sheriff's departments, I would think it would be good information. So I rely on that. But it's not something that I seen on Facebook. It's something the city is sending me every day. So that's how we get my information, that we give you statistics that we have. So what do you think?
I don't know. But the rally's been fun. Like I said, the morale's really been up here. A lot of fun people, everybody having a good time. So winding down, taking care of business. I don't know.
You're taking care of business, going to sing?
Taking care of business every day.
Do you know any more?
Taking care of business every way.
There's more. All right.
I don't want to get any copyrights against us.
So we've got about 15 more minutes, and we're going to wrap it up. It'll be our 2-hour live tonight. We got really good internet. We really want to thank AT&T for putting up all the towers. I want to thank Loud American here. They've been letting us sit here. We didn't eat here tonight. We just bought a couple drinks. I only bought one drink, soda. She's drinking water. And after this, we'll probably head back to the trailer. I don't know, unless we're going to get something to eat. We really haven't. Did we eat today? Did we donut? No, we had chicken strips and you had rice. We went down to Johnny's place, and he fed us today.
Johnny's brother, David.
Yep.
If you're on, Johnny, hi. I hope you're doing better. William Griffith says, Bob and Tam, thank you. You rock. Thank you for watching. If it wasn't for you guys and your support, we wouldn't be here. We're very thankful and grateful this year that we've had an awesome rally. Each rally's gotten a little better. Daytona started out a little rough, and with each rally got better and better.
Leesburg was a good rally this year for us. Myrtle Beach was crazy. Actually, it was the best rally this year until we got here. And with everybody coming out and supporting us, like I say, we were here for 8 weeks. So having the support that we had up to this point, hopefully we'll be able to put some good videos out next week that you'll still want to watch some of the wrap up and see some of the other things that happened that we didn't get to be able to film and show you now, but we filmed it. So it's kind of neat. And, we don't have a whole lot of girls on our channel. We're trying to kind of get away from that. I don't want to be, I don't really want to be a click station where you just want to see what waitresses we got, which we get a few of them, but we're not putting them on every video, not using them as a thumbnail. I put the progressive girls the other day on there. Actually, it's what YouTube recommended. So I thought, I'll just put that on. I'll leave it on there. That's a video from yesterday, last night.
But if you watch Amsor Atlanta, he had the same exact girls.
Yeah, he had the same girls on. He had an extra one in there. But same girls, we took the same picture.
XM Biker says, rubber down, faith up. Comment, like, and subscribe.
There you go. And share the video. We're still trying to get to 30,000. I don't know if we're really going to make 28,000. We're still about 200 away from that. I thought we could maybe do 30. Is that Jesus over there?
It looks like it. I saw that too.
Jesus. He's coming back.
He's got he's maybe come back to get it. He's got a long wide
coming across the street.
turtleneck on and a beard and a mustache.
It's Jesus. Jesus with riding boots on and jeans.
I
thought he'd have Jesus sandals on.
Where were we at when that guy was on the corner and he had a bicycle looked like a motorcycle?
Daytona.
Was that Daytona? Yeah. And he was spreading the word of Jesus. He wanted
all right, I guess you can talk. I'm going to go there.
All right. So anyway, we saw them there. So Vortex PYT says, hello, Bob and Sam. Thanks for the great content. You're more than welcome. We hope we helped a lot of people. Hope you guys got a lot of great information. If you came this year, you got to do some of the things we recommended. And if you didn't get to come, I hope you were taking notes. You get to come next year and do some of the fun things that we did and go to show you. Have a little kid behind us. So it's fun. We like love what we do. We love to meet the new people and share information with you guys. We love meeting all you guys when we come. I know that we didn't get to meet everybody. We wanted to. There was another Saul, I think. He thought we were planning on going to the Kid Rock concert, and we just sometimes get too much during the day, and we need sleep. We're not as young as we used to, so we can't put in those 18-hour days like some of these people do here at the rally. I don't know how they do it, but hats off to them because it is a lot of work to be at this rally and work because noon, sun up to sundown, or way past sundown, a lot of these bartenders and bars and waitresses and restaurants, it's a lot of work, and they do great. So Eric says, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. YouTube likes that when you guys give us a thumbs up. When you comment, that all gets thrown into the part of the algorithm. So when you comment, give us a thumbs up. YouTube looks fondly upon that, I guess I would say. If you've already subscribed, and don't forget to like. That's right, William. Thanks so much. And all you guys, we really appreciate you guys supporting us and being here with us during the rally. Those of you that already went home, if you're not home yet, you're on your way home. Safe travels to everybody because we want everybody to get home safe just like you got here safe. And our next rally will be out in Ocean City, Maryland. We'll be out there. I think that is the second week of September. We leave, I think, on the 7th. We get there that Wednesday before, and it'll be that weekend. And then right after that, we'll fly out on Sunday, and we'll get back to go to Mike's Food and Barbecue, and we'll be there for a week. And then we'll be with our daughter in Kansas for a week, and then we'll be home that first week in October. And hopefully we should be home until we leave for Daytona. But we want to thank all of our sponsors this year that will get us to Daytona for next year. We've got 5 sponsors. We've got Twisted Tea. We've got All About Customs. We've got Wide Open Customs. We've got Camp Easy Ride and Boss Boss. So those are our 5 subscribers that we got while we were out here in Sturgis. Want to give them a big, big thank you to help us get us to the next rallies this spring. And all of you that are online and watching us, we greatly appreciate it. And hope nothing but the best for you. We hope to see you at the rallies coming up. There's a lot of stuff going on. Want to really get into our bike builds for our vets to get some bikes, fix them up so they're good riding bikes, reliable bikes, and give them to our service people that have suffered from TPSD. Give those bikes to them and hopefully get some good content from that and get maybe some new subscribers from doing those videos. So want to thank you all. Thank you.
Well, we're spinning around and see what's behind us. Nobody ever really said what they wanted to see, so
you guys are the best here. Well, thank you, Chip. Karen's giving us a bunch of kisses, a bunch of love. Starting to get
there we go. We're here. Not a figment of your imagination. Loud American in there. It is packed inside. They got the other band on the other side, so there's still a lot of people still here. A couple drunk guys in there couldn't hardly stand up at the urinal. I just got to pee on himself there. We got out of there as quick as I could. Didn't want to turn around and be a garden hose out there.
Don't talk to him, huh? What? Anyway.
So, yeah.
I was thanking all of our sponsors, all 5 of them. I was thanking everybody that supports us and watches us. So hopefully we'll see him maybe at Buckethead. He's got a bucket on his head. He went that way.
Buckethead. So pretty cool. We just, can't say enough about the rally. We'll do a live tomorrow, hopefully. But I mean, if it rains, we'll probably do a live. If it doesn't rain, we probably won't do a Sunday live. Because I don't know how, with the race and all that stuff, I don't know how we're going to be able to get down here. Because if it's raining tomorrow, we're probably going to take the truck out. I bought a buffalo head skull. We got to pick up. It's out here. Maybe we'll go by. Maybe we'll come back, get the truck, and go pick it up. I don't know. Tonight. So I bought that. I'm going to hang it somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to hang it. We'll put it over the manhole.
Does it got a way to hook it to
I know I'm going to ask him what's the best way to hang it up. Here comes that guy again for the 100th time today. He thinks he's evil, but no, he thinks he's evil Knievel. He's got, oh, you can't see him because I turned it around.
Right too long.
Yeah, had to adjust his jewels.
It's junk.
Junk in the trunk.
Junk in front. Dakota gave us a thumbs up. When is the rally in Ocean City? It's the second week. We get there, I think, on September 7th.
On that Wednesday.
Yeah, so 7th, 8th, 9th, probably the 8th, 9th, 10th, something like that, will be Ocean City of September. Can you rent a truck? We have a truck here. Why would
What do you mean?
need to
We rent a truck for what?
I don't know.
Well, you have to ask what you rent. You all's here.
This is Karen from DeLand. I finally remembered the name of that town.
So
110 on.
I want to thank everybody because this has been a great rally. We appreciate everybody that's been watching the channel. We've had more people watch our videos this 8 weeks than we've ever had before. We met so many people. We've met thousands of people that when we walk up to them, oh, we went on the ride with the chief, which you'll see that ride later on too. But I mean, we walked around and gave cards out. It was, I would say 9 out of 10 people said, oh, I see your channel. I see a couple of your videos. Oh, I didn't know. So we give them cards. Don't keep watching. A lot of great information. So it's hard to find somebody, about 3 guys a day that said they'd never seen our channel before. And the people who are sitting here, they never seen it. But that's okay. There's going to be people. Some people aren't YouTubers. You know, they don't watch YouTube stuff. So they don't really see what we do. Must be a hot mama or what?
Yep.
You think she's all dressed up in her tan? I don't know what kind of
Leggings.
No, the whole outfit. It's like brown or something.
She got leggings on.
One of the things in Sturgis is you see a little bit of everything. And then some stuff you see you don't want to see. It's like, it scarred my eyeball.
Blinded by the light. Anyway,
All right, how long have we been on?
1 hour and 52 minutes.
So we're wrapping it up. Got any more questions, concerns, want to know about Sturgis, all that kind of good stuff? Put a comment down here now before we leave, and we'll address that. She played in a fluffy cow today, so did I. Got it on video. And we're going to have an interview with the fluffy guy owner. And he actually had a bunch of fluffy cows that have been in movies. He's going to show us some fluffy cow stars.
And he doesn't live far from us in
Yeah.
Arizona.
And I'm like, the cows do all right in that heat? He says, oh, yeah. Bison, not cows. So it's kind of cool. It kind of ruined that imitation of don't pet the fluffy cow. This is a baby fluffy cow. So it's kind of neat. Got him on video. So we're going to be meeting him. Speaking of politics, we weren't going to say anything about it. Here comes somebody in red, white. I'll show this. The only reason I'm showing it because he's all dressed up in red, white, and blue. So that wasn't a political showing of that. We were showing you that because the guy was all dressed up in red, white, and blue like a flag. So he's been through town before. We've seen him, but he didn't have flags.
I got him out at Buffalo Chip
Did he
today.
have flags on it?
Well, no, he was just walking around. Yeah, but I don't think you're going to be able to put him on video.
He said bad things.
He got very political. And it's like, well, we don't really go there, but anyway. Yeah, you might be able to cut it up a little bit. I don't know.
So,
Maria says, what is your favorite memory of this year's rally? Just meeting everybody.
probably. I enjoy the riding.
The weather.
Yeah, weather's been pretty good. We got a little hail the other day. It hurt. And I was thinking it was rain at first, and I'm like, oh, this really, it sounded like somebody sticking needles in my head. And so she put the hood over my head because I didn't have a helmet on, and kind of covered it up so it's just my face sticking out. And then we got from the gas station, we parked under that, and we showed that.
David Weaver says, what bike do you recommend for a first-time rider? Something small, something you feel comfortable on. That's what I would say.
Well, it depends on if you've never ever rode a bike, then yes, I would get something like a Honda Shadow something that's very light. But when you look at something like a Honda Shadow, small bikes aren't going to be much to ride on a highway. Without taking a leak or is it just laying down?
I don't know what it's doing. He's finding food, stinky stuff.
Probably food thrown in there. I don't know. But
Anyway.
I would recommend a small, light bike. I would not buy anything new. I would buy something used. I'd buy a bike that's a couple $1,000s. Something you don't have to do a lot of repairs to. Something that, you could ride it a couple months. Like Tam. Tam's first bike was a Sportster. She had a 1200 Sportster. I bought it. I bought the Sportster because in case she didn't want to learn how to ride, I'd have a 1200 Sportster to ride too. And so I wanted something halfway decent. But we kind of looked at what was that? A Rebel, a Honda Rebel. Same thing. That thing runs about 45 miles an hour, but they're super light. You can pick them things up for $1,500 all day long, used. And that's what I would recommend. Something light, something that if it falls over, you can pick it right back up. And then from there, I'd work my way up. What you decide.
He wants to know if we have a bike for the OC, Ocean City. I'm 99% sure we do. But just in case we don't,
You can
email us your information and I'll get in contact with you.
Pet below.
Did you see? You seem to be good people. That's why we follow you. Thanks, Ron. We've been told that a few times. Honda Rebel. That's what Robert recommends.
So yeah, that was
a 650cc. Bigger extend biker says. 8 weeks went by quick. Enjoy it, all your stuff. Thanks, Audie. Open mind. Will you be in Biketoberfest?
no, not this year. We possibly in 2025. We're working on all our logistics for getting to places. We're going to know more about motorcycles later in the year, some of the locations. But the ones we have the most trouble with right now is Myrtle Beach and Panama City. I don't have anything set up, and the people we're talking with don't go there either. So that's something we're looking at right now. So the problem with those two is we don't talk to the dealerships there. We have no connections with the owners, and that's what we usually prefer. They always want us to talk to the marketing girls, and that's like talking to air because they don't really know what's going on, and they don't have any authority to do anything. So same thing with Teddy Morris now. I don't know when we go down to Daytona. When we go down to Daytona next year, we probably won't be spending much time inside the dealership. We'll be outside showing stuff. We had Shelly Rossmeyer. We met her today. We met her out at Full Throttle today. So excited. She yelled back, "Hey, Mama Damn!" And I'm going to miss her.
I know, because I turn around and I usually when somebody says that, it's like I turn around and I'm not sure, like you said it or who it is. But I turn around and I'm like, oh, it's Shelly.
So we got her on the channel and stuff. It was pretty cool. And but I'm really going to miss her running the dealership. She just gave us such great service. She took care of us. And I could never ask for enough. Same thing with Black Hills Harley. They're really good to us, too. We were planning on doing some live in the dealership, but we never did. But we did one on just out there on the table out there. Yeah. And, but it's just, some of the dealerships we get along really well with, some we don't. And it's like anything. Some people want to work with people, some people don't. And
Maria says, thank you for all your coverage. You two are good people, and it's been a blast seeing you through Sturgis size. Many great recommendations. Thank you. Thank you.
a lot of
Share it with all your friends and family and tell them that. Watch us too.
a lot of our subscribers are actually people that are local people, no matter where we're at. Here, because we're in Sturgis so long, we have a lot of Sturgis people. Beth, in general, she's a local. I'm not even sure if she rides a bike. But we met a guy last night that told us a bunch of stuff. He's a local. And we have other ones that I've met that they don't even own a motorcycle. They just watch our channel because we're talking about Rapid City and Sturgis. And they just want to see what's going on. So that's kind of cool that we get that local people that come up to us and say, hey, we've seen your channel. Here's a place you guys should check out. And a lot of the places that we found, Moonshine Gulch, the chicken place, a lot of other places, the dinosaur park, we didn't go there this year, went there a couple years ago, in Rapid City. That's kind of a cool ride, but not real. It's up
It's called Skylines.
straight up the hill. And
Everybody that's rode it said that they like it. we'll have to put that on next year for another little ride.
And we try not to do the same things all the time. Some stuff you're going to do. We're going to do the Monkey Garage, Full Throttle, the Chip, the bars downtown. That stuff is all stuff that people want to know what's going on. Even if you don't come here, we didn't get to spend a lot of time in some of the small towns. We did a little bit with Custer, a little bit with Hill City. It's just a lot of the little towns we didn't really get a chance to spend any more real time. But then we talk about the 1880 train. We just really didn't have a lot of time this year. But people can say that. You were here for 8 weeks.
Still don't have enough time.
You don't realize.
That's how much stuff there is to do out here in Sturgis.
Race their
Good luck. Doggy, running around.
We got racing bikes out here.
They think the race is tonight.
There goes an HA guy. Oh, you can't see it. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up right now. You go ahead and put your ending on.
But Eric says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, everybody. And when you're watching the other videos, lots of good ones. Thank you very much. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love all you guys. I'm glad we got to meet a lot of you. I'm sorry we didn't get to meet the ones that you that were here and we didn't get to meet you. Next time, I hope. So share us with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.
There you go.
Bye.